this is Dee.
And this is Shelby.
And we're from Bxtch, Please. Welcome back to another episode. Ooh, I'm about to mess this up. I was going to say, I don't even know what number this is.
I'm waiting because you're the one that's always talking shit to me.
I know. I think it's 18.
Perfect. We'll say it's 18 because I know my truth and I don't know.
It might be 19. I'm not sure.
That's okay.
Damn, I'm normally on it.
We're somewhere in there.
Well, we're on a teen. Something teen episode.
Girl. Stick your finger in there. Yeah.
Girl, I remember one time. So we're just going to talk about it. I be having lipstick on my teeth. I got big teeth. I got big lips. We're just going to talk about this real quick because I just have to fix it. My homegirl one time was telling me, like, stick your thumb in your mouth so you can get, like, the inside so it doesn't get on your teeth.
Yeah.
And so I was just going down and she's like, I just said to get it off your lips. I didn't say give your thumb head. I was like, bitch.
First of all, that's immediately what I thought of when you just did it. I was like, damn, she really sucking that thumb.
Because, man, I be having to try to get it off because, like, it'd be the inside. That's the problem.
I get it. I understand.
Anyway, how are your screws?
They're actually not bad.
Good.
They're not bad. I just got off of a whole staycation.
Love that.
So I took time off. If anybody knows me, they know I work entirely way too much and I overwork myself constantly. And so I work, yes. And so I worked like maybe, I don't know, I think I worked 11 days. And then I was like, I need a vacation. I don't need to go nowhere because I don't really want to be spending money like that. But I just want to sit and do nothing and not have to worry about have to go to work and so on and so forth the next day. So that little staycation.
Did you?
Got me together, bitch. Oh my God.
That's sometimes all you need.
I was feeling feelings because like with our job, we have to compartmentalize shit and like just being able to sit, I was able to feel, and I felt like, and it wasn't even like negative emotions. It was like, I was just overwhelmed with gratitude for my life and like my friends and the people around me. And I was just so full of love and like all sorts of stuff. And I was going to the beach and just enjoying my life. And I got a little tan. I mean, it's still pasty, but I got a little tan. I was just like, oh, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. So everybody up there is ready to go. Yes. We all had a little siesta. We chilled.
Okay.
And now we're back.
Yes, and we're back.
And we're back.
Yes.
In the game.
Yeah.
What about you? Where are your screws at?
My screws are good. I'm a little tired because I just got off a flight. But I feel pretty good. Same thing. I had just time to just take time off. I slept a lot.
Yeah.
And it was just what I needed to do. It was so needed. Like I needed rest.
Yeah.
And I feel like I finally got like good rest. Yeah. Which has been far and few in between. Yeah. But I also had the same feelings of like gratitude. We were texting. I was like, girl, I just love you.
I was like, I love you so much. I miss you, bitch. Come on.
But I did. I sent like messages to a lot of my people and everybody's kind of like, are you good?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I just wanted to share my feels because I was able to actually like think about it and feel them. And again, they weren't negative. Like they were just good feelings of love. Yeah. So it was a good time. Even though I am a little tired, I still feel good. All my people they're not napping today. Yes. Everybody's like, let's go. Yeah. Next week. But today, I feel great.
I know. I get it.
So
I get it. I'm happy for you though.
Thanks, girl.
Isn't it crazy how just kind of taking a break from work and like you just feel better?
It's the burnout.
It's the burn. I was 100% burning out. In hindsight, I was ready to fucking quit. Like, girl, I was ready to go and just live and be a homeless person. Remember we was driving?
Yeah, I was like, man, honestly, like...
We was driving and I was like, oh, that actually isn't a bad life, girl. You know?
But you know what's crazy?
Run away from it all.
Run away from it all. I feel like the burnout... I don't feel like it was impending. Like it was absolutely there for me.
100%.
Like I was like, yeah, I'm not good. I'm not okay. Like I need sleep. I'm tired. I was just, the burnout was there. Yeah. And I was just going to keep going because I didn't have any other options, but taking that time in, it was a little longer than anticipated, but all needed. Yeah. All needed. Yeah. So yeah, girl. Yes. But I just want to like, as a 30 something, I would love for us to all, even if you're in your 20s, to just don't work yourself to the bone. Get your rest when you need it. Take time for yourself. If you got PTO, use that damn PTO.
100%. That's what it's there for.
Please, because don't burn yourself out working for these people. Like,
no, they don't care about you.
They don't.
Or your well-being.
Like, I mean, some people, but like some people do care, but also like you got to worry about you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, you have to worry about you. Like, don't work yourself to death thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get ahead, or I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Like, yeah, it's cool if you got some place that you're trying to be in life. Yeah, that's fine. But like, yeah, take time, man.
100%.
Because
100%. And what I mean when I say they don't care about your well-being, the job comes first for them.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So like, your burnout means absolutely nothing to them.
That's true.
You know what I mean? You as a person, sure. Yeah, but like, your burnout, they don't care.
Right.
Work more.
Yeah.
Can you work this day? Yeah. Can you work that day?
Can you be a little bit more productive?
Yeah. Can you do more? Can you add more? Put a smile on your face. Yeah. Stop being so negative.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think it's absolutely necessary. Like, take that break, you know, even if it's not your dream vacation of traveling and doing all of this, you know, it's good to just take some time for you and like relax and like, you know, read a fucking book if you like a book, go for a walk, you know, wake up in the morning whenever the fuck you feel like waking up. Yeah, that is the best feeling, where you could just go to sleep and the next day you don't have to worry about anything.
Turn off any alarm that you have.
Any alarm.
Just wake up when you feel.
Whenever you feel. Take a nap.
Take a midday nap.
Take a midday nap.
They slap.
Oh, they my slap. God. You know how many midday naps I took, and I wake up and I was like,
what day is it? Where am I? What is going on with life?
How much time has passed?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
It is. It's so needed. Yeah. Please listen to this message. Yeah. Take a break.
Yes.
Take a break.
Take a break.
At least once every blue moon. Mm-hmm. Don't, man.
And that's why this episode's coming out a little later. Yeah. Because we needed that break. Yeah. We needed that break. We had some stuff that we had to deal with, and we needed that break. And it's just coming out maybe a day or two late.
Yeah, it'll probably be Thursday.
Y'all still gonna be here. Yeah. And we appreciate you for it.
We appreciate you guys.
Yes.
So not at all what we were planning on talking about, but it just kind of, that's how it works sometimes. We just talk and then it
comes out.
That's where it comes.
Can we also talk about these matching shirts?
So,
which we did not mean to buy.
Yeah. Got them in 2 separate times.
In 2 separate states.
2 different states, but around the same time.
Yeah.
And I had mine on when I walked in, and she was like, "Oh my God, is that my shirt?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" And she had the same shirt, so we're matching.
We're wearing it.
Twinsies.
This is how you know we're kindred spirits.
Yeah. Shout out to Tarjay.
Yes. They actually have some really cute graphic tees.
They do. I was
very surprised.
I mean, I actually like Target's graphic tees. They're really nice. They're not as cheap as like a Five Below, who also has some awesome graphic tees, or like Walmart, who also has good graphic tees. Yeah, but they're nice.
They are, and like they're super soft.
Yeah, I was gonna say the material. Like, you could tell they have quality, material.
Yeah, no, it's super nice. I liked their graphic tees. Mine was on sale.
Mine was too.
Yes, look at that.
Love her stuff. Because you know why, right?
Why?
This is a Black History Month shirt.
Oh. But all of them were on sale.
Okay.
Like, all of them were on
sale.
I'm
like, because the black people.
I was like, but hang on a second. Usually I'm on board to hop on, but I was like, but even the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle t-shirt,
because they black too. You can't tell me that them Ninja Turtles wasn't
they're black.
So black folks.
They're black folk. That's true. That is true.
My bad.
Welcome back. Yes. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, same.
So, do you want to touch on what you wanted to talk about?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I know that we kind of touched on this before, where we were talking about 30s and the way that your body changes. Yeah. But me and my homegirl were just talking about this like a couple of days ago, about how different her body has changed as she's gotten older. She's going to be 39 this year. And she was just like, man, my body has just done some things in my 30s that I wasn't expecting. Yep. And I was telling her, I was like, and we've talked about this, but I was telling her, I was like, I've been graying since I was like 25. Yeah. I even got my gray little coochie hairs, which I get waxed because.
I mean, listen. They grow everywhere. I've had grays since I was 22.
Yeah, so it's like, it just happens. But I was telling the story of one time where I sneezed really hard and like my whole back just it went to shit. It went to complete shit, and I was in so much pain, and I had to just thug through it because
thug it out,
girl. It was bad. I said, "Damn, a sneeze."
Yes, a sneeze can fuck up your whole world.
I needed to be realigned, girl.
Bitch. Bitch, you were there when I sneezed and I peed myself a little bit. And I said, that did not just happen to me. And I pride myself on a nice, good pelvic floor. But I sneezed and that really did. Shit sprinkled in my panties. Like, it was nothing. I was like, that, are you fucking serious? Girl, I was upset.
I know you were. And it was so funny, though. But I was like, damn, bitch, I understand. I understand.
Upset. I was like, man, this is what it's like being in your 30s. That's it.
It's such a good time. This is what you guys have to look forward to.
It's just, I mean, listen, which is crazy because even though I'm sneezing and pissing myself at the same time, I also feel like I'm the sexiest bitch.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like this is the sexiest I have been in a long time. And at least I feel like that.
No, same, because I used to think I was like the baddest little bitch, even though I didn't like feel it.
Yeah.
I felt like I was the baddest in my 20s, but I'm like, damn, I'm a different type of bad in my 30s. Like, there really it's just a different level of like confidence that I have. Like, yeah, everybody has their insecurities or whatever, 100%. But like, I just feel sexy.
Yes, I always feel sexy, even without no makeup on. Girl, even like whatever, I still feel sexy. I did not
wear makeup one time when I was out of town, not once. And I had on, this is a sweatsuit. It has a jacket and everything, and I had this on, glasses, no makeup, and I got called beautiful so many times.
Yeah,
I was at Target and I just had on a regular schmegular like gray dress, a jacket, and some boots. And some girl was like, "You are so beautiful." And I was just like, "Stop it."
Thank you. But you are, bitch.
Thank you, girl. But I felt like, and I didn't wear my contacts not once while I was out there.
Yeah.
I didn't wear makeup not once when I was out there. I didn't have any extra earrings on. I didn't even do my hoops. I just wore what I normally wear.
Yeah.
And still, I was like, damn, I'm a baddie out here.
Yes, you are. Okay.
Yeah. So it was really cool.
There's just that level of confidence in your 30s. And I know we've talked about it before, but it's just like, I can't, for those who are not in their 30s or those who have passed and they're like past their 30s, like, y'all should know and relate and at least expect that in your 30s you're going to gain some confidence. And a lot of people told me that when I was in my 20s, and then I hit my 30s and I was like, yo, I'm just the best.
Yeah.
I am beautiful.
Yeah.
No matter what anybody says, I am beautiful.
I think that's what it is. It's like you just don't care about other people's opinions. Exactly. Which, again, I know we talked about, but I wanted to bring this up because it was so funny that we were having the conversation because she was just talking about her back hurting and her knees hurting. And I was like, girl, I get it. I was like, I got to stretch. Like, I'm going to get this hip flexibility back, this mobility, and these hips.
Girl, first of all, I have already shit hips as it is. So little sides, I know we're not even talking about the topic, but when I was younger, I currently have pigeon feet. My toes touch when I'm walking. But when I was born, my feet turned in completely. And so my hips were not aligned properly. So I was born with my feet like this. And they had to put like braces on my feet, and I had to wear special shoes and all sorts of stuff to try to like realign. But like my hips are just not.
Yeah.
They're not like everybody else's hips. They're flexible, but like they also kind of, I don't want to say pop out of socket, but they kind of do.
Okay.
So like on my hip, especially if I'm having sex or something like that, sometimes I have to stop and I have to like twist my hip back in and like realign it. You can hear it pop. Like I'm old. Hold
on. I gotta pop my hip back in
I do. And I have to like turn it in, and I still have to do that shit. But it's just like the older I get, it's like my hips hurt.
Yeah.
My back hurts. Yeah. Like, all sorts of shit. And I'm like, is this just what it's gonna be like? I'm only 30s. I'm only in my 30s.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what my body's gonna feel like in my 40s.
Girl, my plan is to be flexible and limber and like I was in my freaking 20s, busting a split on everything.
Hell yeah.
Just because I can. Because I refuse.
Gotta get back into that yoga.
Hell yeah.
Gotta get back into that yoga.
Because I can't. The way my hips was hurting and my back was hurting.
Yep. Well, it's crazy too because like I noticed, so when I was at my heaviest, my hips and my joints always hurt. And now that I've kind of like, I've gained a lot of weight, I'm not even gonna be like a little bit. A lot of it was intentional. Some of it was not. But I gained a lot of weight, and it's gone back to now my knee hurts. Now my hips hurt. Now my back hurts again. Which, I mean, a little bit less than it did before because a lot of like my weight gain is for muscle growth and build.
Yeah.
So it doesn't hurt like as bad, but I notice a difference, like a shift because I have the weight now, I
agree, because I felt the same way because my knee was doing pretty good for a while there, especially after I had the thing.
Yeah.
But I did notice that with the extra weight gain, I'm like, all right, stuff is starting to hurt again.
Yep.
My posture's shit again. Yep. I was like, no, I gotta fix this.
We gotta go back.
Yeah.
We gotta go back. I'm done bulking.
Yeah, me too.
The last bit of my bulking was unintentional, but
all of my bulking was unintentional. Every single piece of it.
I think I'm pretty soft and I like it.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I like what the unintentional bulking did for me. It's just getting back to some type of balance. Because even though I am heavy again, I'm not at my heaviest, but I'm close to it. But I don't look the same. Yeah, which is cool. Yeah. So I just need to build this ass back.
Yes, girl.
It's fat ass.
Yes. Okay. I see it. Okay.
So yeah, the actual topic for today
is travel.
Travel.
We're gonna talk a little bit about travel, what it's like being a woman traveling, what it's like being a woman of color traveling. We're gonna talk about where we want to go, what we want to do, and just kind of like, just what it's like.
Yeah, all of that
to travel.
Yeah. So where do you want to go first?
We could talk about our experience with London.
Okay, let's do that. Okay. We went to the UK.
We did.
In September of last year.
Yes.
It was a great time.
A wonderful time.
Great experience. Mm-hmm. Very
white.
Very white.
Very white.
But not like in a bad way.
Not like America white.
Yeah, it was. There was a little bit more diversity than I expected.
In some parts, for sure.
Yeah. Other places I was like, I don't know if I belong here. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'm allowed here. Like, that's one of the biggest things for traveling for me is I always get a little nervous. Like, do they like Black people? Yeah. Am I going to be safe? Although, honestly, it can't be no worse than America.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, I felt like, and I think even you and I talked about it when we would walk around, it wasn't the same as if, like, we were to travel, I don't know, to, like, the boonies out here. You know what I mean? Like, if you were to travel to DeBerry, you know what I'm saying? It was not the same experience. Yeah. There, like, I felt a little more safer.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, just being a woman, I felt a little more safer. I didn't feel like there was some wild shit that could happen.
I think the thing that's helpful, and you know what, I noticed this, so you remember when we were traveling, they had all the billboards and the things, like, if you need help, use this hand sign for sex trafficking, and you use this for your drink, and they had the drink covers, which was really cool, and things like that. I thought that was dope. Yeah. Well, I was traveling recently, and they actually have those in our airports.
Oh, no lie.
In the bathrooms, which they didn't used to have.
Oh, here in MCO? Oh, yeah. I've seen
but they also had them out there. Yeah. Which I was like, that makes sense in other places. They had a whole bunch of stuff that I thought was dope out there. Yeah. But out here specifically, because I was like, we don't even got nothing like that, but we actually have it now. Yeah. But I agree, like, I felt very safe out there, which is, again, like, one of my always big things. Because out here, you can travel probably 2 hours a certain way in the state, and I know I would not be safe. Yes. Like, and that happens in a lot of places in the States. So the fact that we went to a whole nother country and felt as comfortable as we did was really cool. People were super friendly.
Super fucking friendly.
Now, I will say this. I don't know if it was like genuine friendliness or if we were just missing the shade, but everybody seemed genuinely nice.
It was the British politeness.
It was very polite.
Very polite.
Very, very polite.
The British politeness, which I am okay with, because I'd rather somebody be polite than be how it is here in America, where it's
aggressive.
Yeah. Which it wasn't always like that. But it's definitely within the last, like, probably 8 to 10 years has gotten a lot worse, especially here in Florida.
Oh, I don't know, girl. And the only reason I say that is because it's always been like that for me. Yeah. And it doesn't matter where I've lived.
Yeah. Well, I'm also not Black, so
yeah. I'm like, no, I get it. I get it.
I don't experience that part.
No, that's true.
But that makes sense on your end.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, like, I think we were having this conversation. I don't know if I told it here or not, but I remember when I was in college, we were driving to Vegas from Ohio, and we had to stop in between those middle states. Oh, yeah. And we got stuck in somewhere random in Illinois, and they were like, yeah, we don't have any hotels for y'all. I was like, what year is it?
Oh, no.
Yeah, and that was when I was in college. Yeah. Like, so this was in the 2000s. Yeah. So it was a very eye-opening experience. So but just being able to do that, knowing like, okay, we can't stop here. We're going to have to stop a little further if we can, because we need to get to like a major city, because it's going to be scary if we don't.
But that's I think that's what I was trying to say is like the majority of the country, is like scary as shit. But the major cities haven't always been this aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Orlando hasn't always been this aggressive. Okay. Now it's fucking aggressive. Yeah. Like now you get crazy ass dudes, like the story you told the other day about the fucking guy on the bike.
Oh yeah,
saying some random ass shit. I mean, like the thing is
or the white supremacist group that was on the bridge on Altamont.
Or the ones that hang up at the Jewish Center.
Or at the Disney Springs.
I mean, it's just like, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot within the past 10 years that it's amped up. Like, it's always been aggressive, but it's fucking amped up. Like, a lot.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that, okay, so, like, when we go and we travel and we went to the UK, like, I didn't feel that.
I didn't either.
Feel that crazy hatred, and of course like they do have their own issues, but like I didn't feel that,
girl, because when we went to Bristol to get her tattoo. I don't know if y'all have seen this tattoo. It's a beauty.
I love it. That's Bxtch Edwards, Papa B.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to you, girl.
Hey,
you did that.
Thanks, girl.
But we went to Bristol, and it's a very small town.
It is very small.
And she was getting her tattoo done, and I was hungry, and it was like, we'll just go up the street and go get some food. And the first thing I was like, am I gonna be okay? And they're like, oh no, you'll be fine. I was like, no. Like, am I gonna be okay to just walk the streets of this area? Like, is it good?
Yeah.
Like, they were like, oh no, you'll be good. And I'm like, okay. And it was fine. Like, everybody was super friendly.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't get any crazy stares or anything like that, which I understand. If you go to other countries, like, I would probably get some stares.
Yeah.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
But it was just a really cool experience, because I didn't feel that like heightened sense of like, I felt like I needed to be on my guard, but I didn't feel like I was going to be in danger all the time.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciated.
Yeah.
It was relaxing.
It is super relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I could tell that you were a lot more relaxed, like, and were able to enjoy yourself more. But I also remember the look on their faces when you asked that question. Like, what do you...
They were so confused.
Like, what do you mean? Like, I don't understand. And not in the confused of like why would you ask that? Yeah, because they're white. It was more in the confusion of like, this area's not like that. Why would you know what I mean? Like, where do you come from? Yeah. That you have to ask those questions. Well, we come from America.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I get it, but like, I just need to make sure I'm not about to like come up missing.
Facts.
Like, I just want to make sure I'm good. This is a small area. Like,
facts.
It's not super diverse culturally.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure we're straight.
It's not. I mean, the whole country wasn't, at least from what I saw, wasn't super diverse like that.
Yeah, I mean, there was in certain...
When we got to like the...
Yeah, I was gonna say in certain parts it was definitely more mixed, but in the areas that we were at the most, it was definitely pretty consistent.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I had a really good time traveling though. And I had too. A good time traveling with like just you and me.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could have done it with like a larger group.
Yeah.
It's hard for me because like then you have all sorts of personalities and stuff, and I'm very much like, you and I we're very in sync when we're traveling. We're like, sure, whatever, fuck it.
Yeah, just it doesn't matter.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't like sticking to an itinerary.
I don't either. I just like to just wing it.
Yeah, I do too.
I love to wing it. I think one of the things that I liked about traveling out there as well is like when we went out, because we went out to like a salsa club, we went out to we went to a gay club.
Yes.
We walked the streets at like a food thing, which was cool. We had to leave because it started getting dark and it started getting real sketch.
That was sketchy.
that was
but it that was sketchy and like
I might get hit with a needle.
Yeah,
type of sketchy.
Like somebody might be trying to sell me some drugs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like not in a sketchy of like I think I'm gonna be abducted, but I'm like somebody gonna offer me some drugs a couple times.
Actually,
and I don't
that
feel like
happened.
It did.
That did happen.
And I was like, I think I'm good.
Yeah,
I think we're good to go now.
Yeah, for sure.
They did. They offered us.
They did
quite a few times.
Yeah, it was a little bit weird.
Yeah,
it was very weird.
Yeah,
it's like where are we? What? I was like, it was not like this at noon.
No, it was not. It was very merry.
It got dark and it was like creepy crawlies were coming out of the corners like ah.
But like the street entertainment.
Yeah,
that was fun. That was interesting.
Fun.
That was interesting.
It was a good time. I mean, we saw the police presence out there.
Yeah.
was interesting. They were so polite.
They were so nice. We watched a whole interaction. Do you remember that interaction?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I was sitting there in awe, like.
Mm-hmm. And he was black too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was in awe. They listened to his side of the story. They were not aggressive with this man.
Yep.
This white lady was crying and screaming about a whole bunch of other shit, and they were just like, "We're gonna take you to the side home, girl." They listened to this man, and they were like, "Thanks, man. Thank you so much for your time." Yeah. They let him sit over there for a second. They dealt with the hysterical lady. It was a lot happening.
Yeah.
All to find out that I think she was actually in the wrong, but
yeah,
it was just the interaction was so different.
We were just drinking our smoothies, watching this go down, and I was like, I know somebody about to get hurt. Nothing.
That was our immediate thought. It's about to get real bad, and then it didn't, and we were sitting there like,
oh my God, this is how it could be.
It was just so nice. It was amazing. Like they took this man for a little walk. I think he got like some tea or something. Like,
he did. Yep.
Like it was just real chill.
It was real chill.
Like it was
the police presence was not overwhelming.
No, it wasn't.
It was not overwhelming, especially in a lot of like the major areas and stuff. It was not overwhelming.
Yeah. It was just good.
It was very pleasant.
It was very pleasant.
That's how I just can describe it. It was a very pleasant experience.
It was. And like everywhere we went was really pleasant, and like even like some of those other areas where we went to the market and stuff like that, like everybody was just so cool.
Yeah.
Which I get it. They were like, y'all about to spend money. We was like, we are.
Yeah.
Hi.
But it was just nice. And I think just traveling as a female in general, like I get like nervous about it. Because I'm a woman. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you hear all of these stories about like abductions and stuff like that, which, you know, obviously happen here as well. But it's like you are across an ocean. Yeah. I don't know what. Did you hear me say across?
I did, but I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to let you
slide,
girl.
Why did I say that?
I was going to let it slide.
Oh my God. Have I been saying that my entire life?
I don't think so, girl.
I just had a whole... No, now I'm just thinking about my entire life. Anyways, we are across an entire ocean. Yeah. And, you know, that's far away from our family. That's far away from our, you know, emergency contacts. All we have are each other and so on and so forth. And, you know, and it's a lot. And if anything were to happen to us, then there's, you know, having to deal internationally with that. And so, you know, it's just like for me, I get super nervous about even just in the U.S. traveling. But then when you travel internationally, it's scary.
No,
it's
it is
like,
scary.
What if something happens? What if this isn't what I think it is? And then, you know, it was really refreshing to be able to go out there and be like, actually, I'm good.
I felt so safe. Yeah. And it's funny because leading up to the trip, when I was telling my parents about it, they were like, who are you going with? Are you going to be okay? Do they like black? Like, these are the conversations that we're having is like, are you going to an area that's like very diverse? Like, are you going to be with somebody that's going to be okay? Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm going with Shelby. And they were like, oh, you'll be fine.
Because they know I will fuck somebody up. Do you remember that one dude that was...
Girl, we had one experience that was a little bit weird.
I was ready to fight.
Yeah. Shelby was ready to throw down.
I was ready to throw down.
I was trying to be just nice and but it was getting to the point
my eyebrow went up, and when my eyebrow goes up, and that means I'm ready to fucking brawl with you in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, we were in the middle of the street.
Yeah, and this guy was really coming on to D like, oh. He kept talking about your booty, which you do have a nice booty.
Thanks, girl.
So, but he was just coming on real hard, and I was like, and he was drunk as shit.
He was really, really drunk.
Drunk as shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, get the fuck back.
Yeah.
Like, but that was the only experience.
Yeah, that was the only time.
And that was at like 2:00 in the morning after everybody had already been drinking excessively and all sorts of shit. Not that that's any excuse, but
it was yeah. That was really the only time that it got weird to be like, oh crap, like yeah. And again, like just being a woman traveling, it's always like, what am I gonna have to deal with? Am I gonna have to fight? Yeah. Neither one of us had our knives on us because we couldn't take them internationally. No. So it was just kind of like, damn.
Best believe I will throw hands with a man. Girl. I will throw hands with a man, no problem.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah. That's it.
I like a little power switch.
Yeah. So my parents were like really, really concerned about me traveling out of the country because the last time that I traveled out of the country, I was with them because we were doing like another military installment. Yeah. So it was just very different out of the country, like that far, because I've gone to like the islands and stuff like that, but they weren't as concerned because of where we were going. Yeah. But because we were going to the UK, they were just like, are you going to be good? Like, please keep in contact. Yeah. Like all that. Because they just weren't sure. And it's really sad that that's the conversations that we've had because they're just not sure.
Well, I mean, it's just sad in general that just as a black person, you have to have those conversations. Yeah. that you have to be like, are you going to be safe? You know what I mean? It's bad enough. Like, you have to have that conversation as a woman. Yeah. But now you have to have that conversation as a Black woman to add on top of it. Yeah. And it's just like, well, are they okay with your skin color? Like, is it going to be diverse? All of these extra things. It's like, you know, for me, it's I have the simple conversation with my dad of like, are you going to be okay? Like, you're a woman, or who are you going with and stuff like that. I don't have that added that layer. Danger to it, that concern, you know, especially with parents. Yeah. I mean, it made it a very interesting conversation. Yeah. And we've had talks, you know, over the years, even with me just driving cross country and stuff like that. Like, there's always those concerns. But yeah, traveling was definitely interesting because they were worried. Yeah. They were very worried. They were like, I didn't hear from you. Are you good? Like, your phone's not, what's going on, you know? Yeah. So it was just, but it was, I explained to them, I was like, we're in a good area. Like, we're going to be okay. Yeah. So, but it was just funny. The area that we were in, can we just side note, the area that we were in was so fucking cute. It was really, really cute. And we were super close to the tube. So like, we were able to just hop on and go wherever we needed to go. It was great. We were so close. Yeah, it was great. We learned how to navigate that tube real quick. We did. Look at us go. It was great. We're traveling girlies. Yeah. No, it was an awesome time. Like, overall experience, loved the UK, would honestly like love to move there. 100%. It was just such a great time. Yeah. It was such a great time. It was good. Expensive as fuck, but really actually great. You know, surprisingly, it was much cheaper. I spent more money going to New Orleans that following weekend than I spent there the entire time we were there. Yeah, that's true. Like, that's true. Way more. Yeah. By a lot. Yeah. But it was expensive, but it was nowhere near what I spent out there. Yeah. But it was a great experience. The area that we were in was super cute. Yeah. So can we talk about what it's like to pack as a girl, as a female, as a woman traveling? Because I feel like I hate TSA because they make me take my shit out of my bag. Girl, and they make me go through my fucking cosmetics, and they make me go through all of this shit. It's upsetting. You were so stressed out when we were coming back. So stressed. You were like, I just don't know. I was like, girl, it'll be fine. I gotta take this out. I gotta take this. I was like, it'll be okay. I did. I had to take it out. You did. Because it was the straight razor that I was so worried about, because I bought my situationship at the time, a little straight razor. And sure as shit, they pulled my bag off to the side and they were like, what is this? And I was like, it doesn't have any blades in it. Yeah. It's not like run it across your skin, I promise. Like, I'll show you. Look, I had a whole block charger in my bag and like a whole bunch of other shit. And they were like, it went through the x-ray machine. They was probably like, it's a bomb. They were like, all right, this girl can go. Yeah. They were like, we got to go through your bag. I was like, that's fair. I get it. I totally understand. Yeah. The way that it was situated in my bag, I get it. But we actually packed very light. We did so good for packing. We just took back like these travel backpacks. I got like a compartment underneath where you could stick shoes up inside of it. And then the whole inside opens up and you could put like all types of clothes. Yeah. I feel like this trip I probably packed the lightest because I was able to just like, we had a washer and dryer. Yep. We were able to do multiple pairs of jeans, or like a couple pairs of jeans, so just multiple tops, and like a sweater and a jacket, which we had the jacket on. Yep. And so we were just able to kind of pack that way, which I think worked out really well. It worked out beautifully. It was the perfect amount of luggage to take, so that we were not like overwhelmed. Because if I had to roll a whole bag, I would have been over it. I would have been over it. Absolutely not. Other times I travel. Not the same. Yeah, I'm always a backpack girly. Yeah. Like, I will pack as much shit as I can, and I will take, like, maybe 2 pairs of pants, like jeans and like, maybe shorts. Mm-hmm. Like a skirt, and then I'll take like 3 or 4 tops, and then I just mix and match that shit. Yeah. And then I'm like, that's it. This is what I'm wearing. Either people are going to like it or they don't. Yeah. And I sleep naked, so it's not like I need any clothes to sleep in. Right. No, I mean, it's helpful when you can wear like the same shoes for every outfit. Like, that's what I think is the kind of like the trick of packing is making sure, like, if you're going to take shoes, take a pair of shoes that goes with multiple outfits. Or if you take 3 pairs of shoes, make sure it's like a flat, a heel, and a boot or something like that, depending on the time of year you're traveling. Yeah. And it can go with everything that you have. Yeah. I did bring a pair of heels, which stupid because we were walked everywhere. Yeah. My feet hurt so bad, and I felt betrayed by those boots that I threw them out and I left them in the UK. She did. I was over it. I was like, I am not bringing these shits back with me. She did. Toss them bitches out. She was like, I'm done. Couldn't do it. Fuck these things. My bag was a little bit lighter. That it was, because you took some of my shit, because my bag was a little bit heavier. Yeah. It was a good time. When I pack, typically, though, if I'm traveling,
like domestically, I normally have like either a carry-on rolly bag or a check bag.
Do you really?
I do. And not all the time, but I notice if I'm going somewhere that may or may not have a washer and dryer, I'm gonna overpack. Yeah. And so this last trip though, I did pretty well. I still had a rolly bag. Yeah. But I had mostly like just stuff that I can interchange. Yeah. And so I just interchanged everything as I was while I was there. Yeah. But sometimes, especially if it's like a girls trip and they're like, we're gonna go out here, I might have like outfits for 2 weeks, even though I'm only there 3 days.
No lie. Oh my God, no, I cannot pack like that.
I mean, I haven't been on a trip like that in a long time, and I try to pack a lot lighter, but like past Deidre was packing everything she had. Yeah. Whole makeup bag. Girl. I don't do that anymore. My makeup bag is basic. It's a little bag.
So is mine. Yeah. I love how I've just kind of minimized my shit. Yeah. I don't do a lot. Yeah. This is about it. Literally.
I got 3 things. 3 brushes, 2 sticks, a concealer, a foundation, and a highlight.
Love that.
And some eyeliner.
That's all you need.
That's it.
And an eyebrow pencil.
And I keep my lashes on me.
That's it.
But I don't have the big pack of lashes. I got the small pack of lashes. Yes. Downsizing.
I don't take a lot when I travel places. I've always been one to just throw shit in a backpack and go. Yeah. And if I go and I travel anywhere, I always make sure there's a washer and dryer. Yeah. If I'm renting an Airbnb or if I'm staying at a hotel, I'll make sure that they have some sort of cleaning service or whatever, because I'm like, I'd rather just pay the little bit of extra money for the cleaning service or having to go get laundry detergent or something like that than to have to pay, because these fucking prices on carry-ons and bags, outrageous. Yeah. Fucking outrageous. Yeah. What?
Girl, I typically fly Southwest because they have a free bag. That is the only reason I typically fly Southwest, is because I don't have to worry about a check bag. Yeah. But that's not always the case.
No, it's not. So. It's not. But I always make sure that I can stick my shit underneath that seat. I don't care. Yeah. There was the one flight, because after we went to the UK, I flew out to Colorado, and I was staying with a friend out in Colorado, and on the way back, same bag, same airline, everything. I didn't add anything to it. If anything, I was wearing more layers back because I was a little chilly. Mm-hmm. They were like, it doesn't fit. You know how much money I had to pay for that fucking carry-on? $120.
Really?
$120.
With who?
With, Frontier.
That sounds right. That's Frontier.
$120.
Did you have to fly the plane too?
You know what? I should have. Honestly, I should have at that point.
You were seeing people.
I was just like, tricks. I was out there working. I was a whole stewardess. Is that what they're called? Flight attendant, stewardess, whatever the fuck. I mean, I was out there. Girl. At that point. I mean, it was bad. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, this is the exact same bag.
That's crazy.
There's a reason why I panic. Because they overcharge you. Because if I would have paid for the carry-on bag, it would have only been $60, and they double it if you have to.
60 is still very high.
High as fuck.
Yeah, most places. Well, they used to. I don't know if that's the same still, but most places are like 35. Yeah. But 60 is ridiculous.
60's, yeah.
That needs to be round trip.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's not.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's 60 one way, 60 the other way.
That's crazy.
I mean, those tickets are cheap. Frontier's cheap. That is why I bring a backpack and I carry minimal shit, because I'm like, I'd rather just pay the cheap ticket. Yeah. You know what I mean? And just wash my clothes if I need to. I mean, I look cute in anything, so.
No, that's right. Yeah, I will say I notice I'm conscious of who I fly with. Yeah. And that determines also what I bring. Yeah. Because when I go visit my mom, I normally fly Spirit, because I'm like, I'm going to just take a backpack. Yep. And I got, she got clothes. I'll wear whatever she's got. Yeah. And I'll go from there. If I fly Southwest, I'm probably taking a bag.
Yeah.
I'm probably taking it back. I don't even care where I'm going. I'm probably taking it back.
I mean, I don't blame you if it's free. Yeah, you know what free. I mean? Like, if my shit was free, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, why not? I'll take it back. I don't mind sitting waiting for my bag. I'll pack a bunch of shit. Yeah, I'm like, I may not even need it. I may not even wear it. Yeah,
or maybe I buy some shit and I take it back.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the packing.
I really want to do more international travel.
I do too.
So Italy was fucking great. Mm-hmm. Going to Italy was absolutely amazing. I had a fantastic time there. They're also just as friendly and just as diverse. So that was really dope going. The only thing about Italy that freaked me out a little bit is there's a lot of military presence. A lot of military presence everywhere. And they don't just carry like little pum-pums on the side. They carry big machine guns.
Oh, okay.
Very militarized area. But it was still just a good time.
Yeah.
And like, but I was also traveling with my ex-husband at the time, so I was traveling with a man, so it was a little bit different.
Yeah.
It was a little bit different. Yeah. I didn't have to be on my guard as much.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I didn't have
That is fair.
But I did almost get pickpocketed at the Trevi Fountain.
Oh.
I did. There's a lot of pickpocketers there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of pickpocketers.
That's interesting.
You have to be very careful. And I even one time, like, I had like a little
fanny.
It was like a fanny pack, but it was like flat, so it couldn't be stole from me.
Okay.
And I went in and I went to go grab the euros out so that I could pay, and the sweet little old Italian guy, the little no was like, no, sweetie, put that away. You don't want people to see the money that you have because they'll steal it from you. And I was like, no fucking lie. I was like, I wish somebody would try to steal from me.
Girl, that is one of the things I will say. Certain areas will let you know, hey, take... Because you remember when I had my phone in my pocket?
Yeah.
And the guy was like, take that out of your pocket.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. Yeah, put it someplace else.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Okay.
Titty City.
Yep, Titty City. That's where I went. That's where everything is. For Deidre.
I got a fridge in here.
She does.
There's a bottle of wine on this side.
Mini fridge. She's got a Buick in there.
There's
somewhere.
a Buick. Got a BMW in the back.
Bitch, pull that shit out. Why are we driving that? I want to be driving that thing. God damn. But yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. It's, you got to be careful with that too, you know, going out and like just traveling anywhere for anybody, but especially for women, because people think that they can take advantage of you.
Yeah.
No problem.
Just being very conscious of your surroundings. I feel like a lot of times people, even here, are not super aware of their surroundings, and it's actually kind of scary because you'll see groups of girls and you're like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Like, y'all not worried about anything?
Yeah.
Like, cool, but like, no.
But also pay attention.
Pay attention. So that's one of the big things I'll say, like, pay attention to your surroundings.
Absolutely.
If you're Black, just make sure that you go into an area that actually likes Black people.
Absolutely.
I saw a post on Instagram, and I'm gonna just say it because it was hilarious, that he was like, I want to travel all this place, but I gotta know, do they like niggas? And I was like,
I mean, it's a
fair question.
It is a fair question.
It's an important question. Like, there's so many places that I want to go to. That's not stopping me. I definitely am gonna go. Like, I want to go to South Korea. I want to go to Japan.
Hell yeah.
I know I might get stared at.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Certain areas, they're going to be like, okay.
Yeah.
Because they're used to seeing people.
Yeah.
Of all types.
Yeah.
But there's other areas that they're going to be like, you're Black.
Yeah.
Let me touch your hair or whatever.
Yeah. I wish somebody would.
Girl.
But yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, you have to find out if those areas are good. And even if they're not, like, figure out if it's still safe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because people might be curious because they're not used to being around Black people.
Yeah.
But also, like... Is it like curiosity or is it like unsafe? Like,
yeah, no, that's facts.
You know, what is it?
No, that's facts. And one of the things that I think is cool about going to those other areas, for especially areas that are just unaware, it's typically on the other end of them just being curious because it's not something that they see.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Don't touch me.
Yeah,
but
facts.
You know, I don't mind educating. Folks.
Yeah,
just don't touch me.
Yeah, that's facts. We need to try to do our Spain trip.
I know. I want to go to Spain.
That's our next destination.
Definitely want to go to Spain.
Spain. So, okay, besides Spain, where is one place that you absolutely must go to, like, on your bucket list?
What? South Korea and Japan. I absolutely want to go to South Korea and Japan. I actually really want to go, and I don't even care where in Africa, but I just want to go somewhere in Africa.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places, honestly. So I know you said one place, but there's like a bunch of places I want to go.
Yeah.
I want to go to Bali really, really bad.
Yeah.
There's just so many places. I really honestly want to go to Switzerland. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
I'm a lot nervous, but I want to go.
Well, I mean, Switzerland's actually had like a whole influx of people from, I think, Somalia that they've made as citizens. So Switzerland's super, super nice with tourists.
Yeah.
But they are very xenophobic and they don't want anybody to impede in as citizens. So it is extremely difficult to like move into Switzerland.
Yeah.
They don't want you as a citizen.
That's okay.
But they're very friendly.
Yeah, I mean, I just need you to be friendly for the week that I'm there.
Facts.
And you figure it out afterwards.
That's why I want to go to Switzerland too.
Yeah, I do want to go. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous, but I want to go.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's like, I just want to go. One of the other things, kind of aside from traveling, but still related is one of the things that I like to do is learn languages. And I like at some point in my life want to be able to just go places and speak the language of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Because I get so annoyed going to places and people being like, you don't speak English? Yeah. Like, it just annoys me so much.
Yeah.
I'm just like, just, if you already know you're going somewhere, like, at least try.
At least attempt, yeah.
Like, just get, like, a basic understanding of, like, may I, can I, where is.
That's what I did when I went to Italy.
Yeah.
Is I tried to get, like, but then I would switch between Italian and Spanish. So I was grateful that people would.
Yeah, because it's
kind
close.
of the same, yeah.
Yeah, it's very close. So it's like... But that's one of the things I think is really cool to do, is just to try to get an understanding of, like, where you're at, so you're not having to rely on that, like, I don't understand. Yeah. You know, it annoys me.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. The French are like that. You'll get people in France who are like, I'm not talking to you.
Yeah.
You'll have to find somebody else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
I mean, hey, like, I get it.
I've never been, but I would be like, okay.
Yeah, like, I get it. Like, not everybody's able or capable, but, like, just... maybe like little phrases to kind of help you. Or,
yeah,
you know,
sure.
Our mobile phones do some great things nowadays where you could just be like, ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
Ba 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 ba.
Yep.
You know?
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Where do you want to travel to?
Bali's number one. Bali is absolutely number one because I just think that water is gorgeous and I want to be out there. I want to go to Kenya. I've always specifically in Africa wanted to go to Kenya. I just think the culture is really dope and I think the landscape's beautiful. And I'd really like to go and actually experience that. I want to go to Egypt.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go to Egypt. Definitely I want to definitely go to Egypt and I want to experience the pyramids and just the city and the hustle and bustle of Egypt in general.
Yeah.
I'd really love to go to Brazil. I would love to go to Brazil. That would be really beautiful to go to as well. And Mongolia.
Okay.
I do want to go to Mongolia because I would like to see those mountains.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah.
See, I go to places for landscape.
Yeah.
And I go to places for food.
Yeah.
That's what I go for. I go for food and landscape.
Yeah.
So if there's not the best food in the world, then it's the landscape. But I go for the fucking food and for the culture and because I want to learn the new things.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I think going to Europe is great and dope and I think it's beautiful. And I also do want to go there and experience that and see some of the historical monuments and things like that and just, you know, be able to experience that. But when I travel, I like to be submerged in the culture.
Yeah.
I want to do what the people do and I want to learn about new culture. That's the reason why I want to travel.
Yeah.
That's why I don't really give a shit about traveling in the US. Don't get me wrong, there's some cool shit out here. But the culture's here all the same for the most part. You know what I'm saying?
There's like little areas that you have to go to find like a different culture experience. No, that's true.
Yeah, so I'm just like, you know, I like traveling in the US, but I want to experience different culture and different food and different landscapes and, you know.
That is the one thing I will say. I think a lot of people out here feel like, and I don't mean in Florida, I mean like in the US, don't realize how big the world really is. Mm-hmm. And so without going to those other places, they just have no concept of like what else is out there.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad because there's just so much great things out there. I mean, one of the things when you were talking about food, a lot of people were like, oh, you guys are going to have a terrible time eating out there in the UK.
Oh my God, the food was amazing.
It was great. First of all, healthy.
So healthy.
I compared everything. I compared a ketchup bottle to our ketchup bottles, and they had like 5 ingredients.
Yeah.
On ours, there was like a whole bunch of shit that was not food.
And it tasted different.
It literally tasted like tomato
Yeah.
sauce with like a little bit of salt and pepper and maybe like some lemon juice or something. Like, right? It didn't have it, but the description of like the ingredients on the back was like literally 5 things.
Yes, it didn't have all this extra shit in it, which I fucking loved. I remember getting back into the airport and being starving, and I was like, I just want something sweet. So I got like Welch's grapefruit snacks or whatever. They were the most disgusting thing. I can't even eat them anymore.
They were so sweet.
It was just disgusting. I was like, after a week of eating this amazing food, even store-bought food, like, because we bought, that's another thing, like a little tip and trick with traveling is like, you know, eat out for lunches. Or dinners, either one, don't do both, and then buy something for at home or wherever you're staying. Make sure you have like a little mini fridge. So we bought lunch meat. We bought sandwiches. We got jam. That fucking jam
was fire.
I dream about that
Girl,
jam.
Me too. I was thinking about that jam the other day, like, damn.
And that's just a store-bought jam.
Yeah, just a regular ass jam.
Oh my God, it was so good.
It was so, oh God, it was so
You can't get that shit out here unless you go to a fucking farmer's market and pay like $25 for a little jar of jam.
Yeah.
Upset.
It was so good. That food was really,
it was so good. I was very surprised because people, and even I was like, the food's not going to be that great. It's going to be unseasoned white people food. And some of it was.
Some of it was.
But
it was. But it just tasted, them fish and chips actually hit.
Girl, that was the first thing we ate.
Surprised. Because I was like, ain't no way. They had like the beans and I was like, I don't know about all that. But.
Was it the black eyed peas?
No. It wasn't black eyed peas. I don't know if it was black eyed peas. They had something like their breakfast was like very hearty. Like it was like something with beans and all this stuff. So I didn't mess with that. But they fish and chips, fire.
So good.
That vegan, gluten-free place that we went to.
That pastry place that we went?
The best I'm not even like a sweets girl, but them pastries were so good.
They fucking slapped.
So good.
Slapped.
So good.
All of my traveling is almost always around food.
Almost always around food. You would travel.
Like when I went out to Seattle, all I wanted to do was eat a lot of the Asian cuisine that was out there because there is a huge population of Japanese and Chinese and Korean and all sorts of stuff that's out there. And all I wanted to do was just eat that. And it was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. You can't get shit like that here in Florida. Mm-hmm. Like, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. Like, we had these soup dumplings. Oh my God. I dream about soup dumplings, and you can't find good ones here in Florida. Yeah. It's so upsetting.
Yeah. I didn't realize how small our food options were until I left and ate some other place, even in the States. Like when I was gone, I just ate at random places, but the food was so good, but it wasn't like our normal food places. Like they actually had a bunch of like different individual places. Yeah, they might have been a small chain, but it was a very small chain. Yeah. And the food was just so good.
Fire.
I was sad because I wasn't able to eat like that. I tried, but my stomach was like, nah, girl.
Yeah.
But it's like food, man. Food is where it's at.
Food is where it's at. That's why I want to go to Spain, because I just want to eat the paella in the different regions. Yeah. And try their different... Oh, my God. I dream about food all the time. Oh. I'm hungry right now.
Of my life.
I'm hungry right now.
Same.
I'm always hungry, though.
Same.
But, yeah, I mean, traveling... So, what are some... I don't know. Do you have like any other tips and tricks like with traveling for you?
Make sure that you have, even if you don't need it, because if you're doing cruises and things like that, just make sure you have multiple forms of identification.
100%.
Make sure you have a driver's license or an ID card. If you have a passport, use that bad boy as well. A lot of places are actually doing passport cards, which kind of sucks. Just a heads up too. A lot of places are not stamping passports anymore. So if you think you're about to have a stamped out passport, them days are gone.
I didn't have a stamp.
I didn't get a stamp.
Sad.
Because it's electronic.
I know. It's fucking annoying. I want a goddamn stamp.
Yeah, they're not stamping them like that. So
they did for Italy.
Just heads up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I got stamps in a passport was in the like early 2000s.
Yeah.
And I just don't think they do that anymore.
Yeah, I want a stamp.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna file a complaint.
I mean, you can get one. You just have to ask them
give
for
me a stamp.
it. Yeah, you have
give
to you have to go out of your way to get a stamp. Which kind of sucks, but but make sure you have multiple forms of identification.
Absolutely.
Make sure you let people know where you're going.
100%.
If you're going to get money out, make sure that you get it. I mean, you can get it where you're going. That's typically fine. Maybe not in the airport. Maybe try to see if you can find another place to get it.
Yeah, because the fees in the airports are crazy high. So much more. So find like a smaller one, like further into the city away from the airport, and that's going to be a little bit cheaper. Also, get the cash out that you need all at one time.
So you're not having to pay.
Don't carry it with you everywhere, but all at one time. Mm-hmm. Also, check with another good one is check with your
bank.
That's
what I was going to say.
To make sure that there's no international fees and stuff like that. As well as your phone provider.
Yeah, and just for your cell phone, yes, but also for your bank, give them a travel advisory, because if you try to use your card somewhere else, even sometimes, not all the time, but even sometimes traveling like domestically, you might have that issue. Just let them know, hey, I'm going to be gone from this time to this time, so that if you go to use your card, you're not declined.
Yeah.
Because that will happen.
Yes. And then they will not reaccess that account for you. So yeah, so you have to make sure you know. I mean, I have a Capital One Venture card, so I can use that shit anywhere, and there are no international fees with it, which is awesome. But also, yeah, I had to call them and say, hey, I'm traveling from this day to this day. Yeah. You know? And you can't just take your cell phone. Yeah. You also have to call that provider, and there's a whole international package that you can pay for.
Yeah. Some carriers are different on, like, the type of package that you have, so just follow up with them. It's just, just to be on the safe side, call your bank. Yeah. Call your cell phone provider.
One of the things, too, that I did for Italy and for the UK is... make a photocopy of your IDs and your passport, and just kind of keep that in your luggage, so that if anything were to happen, if you were to get robbed, or you know, you have your passport on you or whatever, if something were to happen, you have a backup that you can always take to the embassy, and you can have shit, you know. I don't think they can necessarily replace it, but I do think that airlines and stuff will work around as long as it's an actual photocopy.
Yep.
So
I'm trying to think if there's any other tips. I don't know. I think that's all I got.
I think that's all I got too.
All right.
Yeah.
Any other travel things you want to talk about? All right. So one of the things that makes traveling fun is knowing who you can travel with.
Yes.
And knowing, like, if you have a person that is strict to the schedule planner, and you mix that with a person who's just like go with the flow, that may not be great.
Yes.
If you have a large group and you have a group of people that's like, well, I don't feel like doing that, just kind of know who you're going with, because that will definitely change your experience tremendously.
100%.
It could make or break your trip, to be honest. Thankfully, I haven't really had any of those experiences, but I've heard stories from other folks, and they've been like, oh, it was a terrible trip because blah 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 blah. So making sure you know who you travel with is like super super helpful.
100%.
Yeah, I think that's kind of all I got for travel stuff.
Yeah, I'm the type of person, like, with traveling, especially in a large group of people, if you don't want to do what I want to do, I will go off and do it by myself. Because I'm like, this is also my trip. Yeah. And this is something that I want to do. Yeah. And if you don't want to do it, you're welcome to go off and do your own thing, and I will go off and do mine. Yeah. But I think you and I jive really well. Yeah. Because we are just very much like, sure, we're down for whatever. Like the art museum.
That's what I was going to say.
The tape museum, girl.
If you guys may not be into art and structures and things like that, but looking at the architecture in other places, it's very eye-opening to see how we live compared to other places.
Absolutely.
Looking at we went to this art museum that was huge. We didn't even get to see...
We saw a portion, like a third.
Like this much of it. Yeah. The thing was huge.
Massive.
But it was free. And it was just such a cool experience. Yeah. I like to do that shit. She ended up liking doing that shit. Like, it just worked out really well. Yeah. So if you're an artsy type of person, maybe finding those galleries and finding those museums that you might get into are really cool. So you can experience a little bit more of the culture. You want to be safe. Yeah. But getting away from those touristy areas, absolutely super helpful to get a kind of better understanding of what it's actually like in the country or state that you're in. Yep. So
no, agreed. Yeah. Agreed. And check out your form of transportation too. Absolutely. Because like we picked a good spot because we were right by the tube, but in order for us to get to Bristol, we had to take a bus. So make sure you check your form of transportation. We also purchased those tickets ahead of time so that we made sure that we had everything good to go and all together. A lot of stuff we purchased ahead of time too. Yeah,
we did.
And we didn't have like a full itinerary, but we did have
there was like certain
things. There was a list of stuff that we did want to do, and we were like, okay, if we can do this, we're going to do this. Yeah. We're going to try this, and we'll figure out what days. Like, we'd wake up in the morning, we would drink our tea. And we would be like, what do we want to do today? Well, let's do the art museum, you know, like shit like that. So it definitely, that also coexists and like coincides with who you're traveling with. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like you want to make sure that you have a good traveling partner or a group of people who are kind of all on the same wavelength as you. Yeah. Because it could fucking ruin a trip.
It can.
If you have somebody who's like dictating it. Yeah. My trip to Italy, I wanted to do what the Italians did. I just wanted to be a part of the culture. And the person that I traveled with, my ex-husband, only wanted to fucking do all of the museums. The amount of museums I hit in every single city we went to, I was done.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like the very maybe last 2 days that we were able to do things that I wanted to do. So I wanted to go make pasta.
Yeah.
I wanted to learn how to make pasta.
Yeah.
So a bunch of nonas taught me how to make pasta. Nice. And they yelled at me. And I loved it.
It was a great time.
It was a good time. It was so good. So like just, you know, again, reiterating what Dee was talking about, make sure you have good traveling buddies.
There's one last thing I want to say. What was your one takeaway from the UK? Like one of the things that you just kind of noticed overall?
The cleanliness.
I was going to say the same thing. It was so clean.
It was so fucking clean. And to come back and drive home from the airport and see how dirty and disgusting this area is, like, Florida just does not take pride in their city at all. Like, in their state. They just don't.
They don't. They had little mirrors that were, I think I have the picture somewhere, and if I have the picture, so I'll post it in there, that was like pretty much saying like, we want to keep it beautiful, so you do your part so that we can keep looking nice or whatever. And they were just there. They had bins everywhere. There were people that were constantly cleaning those bins. Yeah. Like, you didn't really see a lot of trash. Granted, we didn't go everywhere. So there may have been areas. Yeah, right. Yeah. There may have been areas that were a little bit dirtier than others, but like for the most part, it was a very clean area. Yeah. It was so clean. It was weird.
It was super clean. I loved it.
I did too. It was so pretty.
I loved it. And even when it was raining, I was like, la 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 la.
Yeah, we were just having a great time in the rain.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We bought a shitty umbrella.
First of all, also check the weather. I mean, we check the weather, but stuff happens. If you're going to get umbrellas or you need like little side things that you may have not brought with you, grab those things at a place outside of maybe, because we went to this little shop that was a tourist shop.
Yes, it was.
And so we knew it was a tourist shop. Yeah, we knew it was a tourist shop.
But we needed a fucking umbrella.
We absolutely needed an umbrella, but an umbrella that probably would have cost $5 was what, $25?
It was $25.
Just be conscious of like what you're looking for and where you're going, because you may be able to find it at a place that is way cheaper and not like specifically for tourists. Yeah. So. Yep. That's all I got. Yeah. That's traveling.
Careful of those tourist traps.
Yeah.
And you'll know them. You'll know them when you see them.
Yeah, you can't miss them. They look like every tourist area. Facts. I don't care where you're at.
Facts.
So.
But yeah. Well, that's all I have.
Me too. Enjoy. This will be out soon. Hit us up. Follow us on.
You sound so robotic. This will be out soon.
This will be out soon.
This will be out soon.
We will be tuning in. But follow us on our TikTok, our YouTube, our Insta, all that good stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Yes. If you have comments, things like that, definitely share them with us. The comments have been hilarious as of late.
Hilarious.
I just want to say,
I fucking love them.
Y'all are funny.
Y'all are funny. Killing me.
Y'all are funny.
It's the best.
It is a great time. So
give me a good chuckle.
Yeah.
But yeah. And if you could also share, if you see anything that we post, if you wouldn't mind sharing, if you feel like it's appropriate enough to share, because I know sometimes we be off the chain. Yeah. But if you could share, that would be great, so that we can get a little bit more
traction.
A little more traction.
Yeah. All right, guys.
But we love you.
Bye.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
Bye.